Oh.
This is, no, look at me, don't look
It's
over
you.
there. Don't look over there, look at me, look over here. Spreading our wings and flying high with the Flying Wild Hog team here after an incredible performance on the main stage. I'm Louie Tucci for Pixelogic in the final hours of the ZBrush Summit 2017. I have to say that was an incredible, incredible presentation. We have now slipped and slid our way down the shaft of cool. I get it, the shaft of cool. We're here now inside the Noman green screen hangar inside the store. I have the distinct pleasure of dealing with the Flying Wild Hog team. Basically, we're sitting here with Paweł Libiszewski.
Try again. Libiszewski.
Libiszewski.
Yeah.
Paweł Libiszewski.
Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yes, thank you. Piotr.
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 Piotr. Rusnarczyk.
Very good.
Very
Very
good.
nice.
Okay. Very good. Very nice. Woo! Okay. And then we also have Paweł Jaruda.
Perfect.
Man, I'm getting better by the day, my friends. Here we go. Na zdrowie.
Na
Wow.
You see, I know, Here we go.
Kiełbasa.
Yeah, right. Have a good time. I knew it. Warsaw-based studio started by Tomek Barn, Michael Szustak, and Claudius Zich.
Awesome. It's getting better and better.
The Krakow office is based in the center of Krakow, close to the Old Town and Vistula River, and within walking distance to the Wawel Castle. Wawel Castle.
Yeah, it's a factory of chocolate.
A chocolate factory.
Yeah.
This has got to be some kind of conspiracy. You're telling me you work next to a chocolate factory? Here we
course.
go.
It's a joke.
Look at
It's
me.
Basically, this is a branch studio that is in Krakow. We are located in Warsaw, so those information is because of a branch studio.
Ah, you're a branch of this.
No, we are in Warsaw. There's a center of Flying White Hawk, and in Krakow.
Oh, in Warsaw. Okay, Warsaw's the
there's a
center of
branch.
the Flying Wild Hog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Warsaw is the center of the Flying Wild Hog.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm trying my best. We're trying to hold it together here. The last interview. You're the last. This is what happens. You know, this is a common theme here. The last interview of the ZBrush Summit is always a wild and visceral ride. Last year we had Furio Tedeschi was one of the last, or no, it was a couple of years ago, I think, or it was who knows, it all melded into one, didn't it? So let me ask a couple of questions. Over to Mr. Paweł Jaruda.
That's me?
That's you. Let me ask you a question. So you were in the Sculpt-Off.
Yeah. It
Describe
was
your experience.
experience.
Yeah. You can hold the shaft too. Give him the shaft. Give him the shaft. This is how to control.
I need it.
Yeah. you
Okay,
need
it was
Hey,
like-
listen, you heard it here first. You give him the shaft, he needs it.
Intense. Just
Intense.
one word, very intense. A bit of stressful, but yeah, really. It was nice also, because of, you know, the competition. In competition was, there was many talented and
Yeah.
skillful artists, so
Okay,
the
all
stress
joking
came
aside,
from them, I think, because it's hard to, you know, to be the best with the best.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think
but I
it's
like
best
it. I
of the
like it
best.
really.
You liked it? You had a good
Yeah.
time? That's a good experience for you, is what you're saying.
Very good.
Yeah. You would do it again?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah,
We can.
why not? Of course.
Why not?
Yes,
I would, of course.
Yeah. There was a time in my life somebody said to me, you know, put yourself in surround yourself with greatness and you will be great. And this is good advice.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always tried to do that since I heard that. It was a long time ago, maybe more than 10 years ago. Somebody very much smarter than I am said to me, as long as you put yourself around smart people, you can be very, very well, you know, put yourself in the right place. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that, yeah.
I'm using that method with them.
Yeah, this is a good thing too.
Surrounding with them.
And
all the
we
time.
with you. So
Yeah, and they with you and back and forth, and me with all three of you. This is, see, I'm smart. I'm the smartest one here. I put myself in the room with all three of you. You see?
Good for you.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I wanted to talk a little bit as well with you because you're the farthest away. You're a senior character artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm senior.
So this is, how long you been doing this?
For professionally, character artist. About 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, 6 or 7
Like
years,
I
right?
start my career in 3D about 10 years ago, but I start making characters professionally 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay, and how did you
So
get involved in that? Because I mean, to be
into
in the,
characters or into 3D?
in the 3D in general, because you were in
Into
the Sculpt-Off
3D.
yesterday, you know, this weekend, and that's a big deal.
You know, I saw on some Polish magazine.
Wait a minute. This is a family show. What kind of Polish magazine are we talking about?
CD Action.
Okay.
But yeah, CD Action. There was a like trailer movie for first 3ds Max, and I saw it and I think, yeah, this is the thing I need to do in my life. You know, so
So you saw this and you felt that that was
Yeah.
your calling, and now here we are all these years later. Did you ever imagine that you'd be sitting in a situation like this?
not exactly like this, but
Not exactly.
yeah,
like, me neither, believe me.
I always knew I would grow pretty good. Maybe not here in the middle of, you know, California in Hollywood, but yeah, I try to get better and better every time. So
Yeah,
it
you
was
go-
planned. Like
It was definitely planned, right? Okay, cool. Let's ask you another question about your collectibles, and you're making collectibles and kits now. Tell
that's
us more
yeah.
about your project. This is your personal project.
Yeah, this is my personal project. I'm starting to making collectibles, and thanks for asking. It's my like my new way to do my personal work. Not only the characters for games, because this stuff I'm doing with guys in Flying Wild Hog, but I need something else for myself, and it's kind of hobby.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, to keep you pressing forward
Yeah.
and progressing as an artist. Yeah, of course. This is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
working
yeah.
out.
Exactly.
After work, you go to the gym. Yeah, and you go. You
so.
know, you continue to push yourself. And we've been talking about this with a lot of artists actually over the course of the weekend, that there has to be self-determination and a drive from within, right? You have to push yourself. A lot of people are pushing themselves, right? And I think it's a great testament. You know, when can we expect to see some of the latest stuff?
Some newest stuff for me.
Yeah, when will it be available?
I think it's a hard question because the summit was a bit surprised. It was a bit surprised for me, so
Yeah.
I was in need to get some of my work and lay it down for before. So I think 2 or 3 months should
So in 2 or
something
3
cool
months-
really happened.
Okay, so that take note of
Yeah.
that, everybody watching at home and around the world and here, especially in the studio audience, live from the Noman screen. You can definitely wait for him to post something on ZBrush Central.
Yeah.
Of course, you'll make
I
an
will try to
announcement.
do something
I would
that
hope
people
so.
love. They will love it, yeah.
Yeah,
for
they are,
sure.
excuse me, they are going to love it, you are going to love it, I'm going to love it. It's going to be available through the ZBrush Central forum. The announcement will be made there, right?
Yeah, everyone on ZBrush Central should love it.
Hey, so let me ask you another thing. We have something very important in common. I am a professor at the university. I'm also a teacher here at the Noman School. I'm a teacher in the daytime, and you are also a teacher. What prompted you to become a teacher?
What proposal or what?
No, how did you become a teacher? Why did
How,
you become a teacher?
The school, the Warsaw School, is a game development school. Like I think they doing one year courses, and they was in need for character artists to get a prelection about character process for games. So I just doing once a year 6 hours prelection for students in Poland.
Yeah, you're doing special workshop for them, right?
Not exactly the workshop, but it's more like prelection. I'm not teach them how to make the characters, but I think it's I'm speaking about foundations of doing this and how it looks like in game industry. What's the matters they need to learn. Yeah, so
Okay, that's very
it's
good.
not very focused on very professional way. More
broad.
the whole
It's
process.
not so specific, it's more broad-based.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay, that's fantastic. And so how would you describe your teaching experiences? You enjoy this?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fun, right?
I can, there's a lot of young people that coming to me and asking what to do, how to do particular things, and yeah, why not?
And now maybe more than ever they'll come to you because of your participation inside of the ZBrush Sculpt-Off and the summit here as a presenter. I hope so.
Maybe, but I'm not sure I need more
Well,
of
that's
this because
fair
I
enough.
have also personal students, so
you're
I'm
tutoring.
focusing them, yeah.
Yeah, you're tutoring privately, right?
Yeah.
I know lots of things. You know.
Yeah, I see that you are very good prepared.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah,
Surprised.
well, yeah, this is what I do. So I give you a break now. You'll pass the shaft.
Yeah, thank you.
Grab real tight a hold of that shaft there, Pieter.
Here we go.
Pieter.
Pieter.
Piotr.
Peter.
Piotr.
Peter.
Say it one more time.
Peter.
Pieter.
Peter. Yeah.
Can we get a group shot here? I want to get this group shot. Can I get a group shot, please? Show me again.
Peter.
Pieter.
Yeah, in English, in English style.
Pizza.
Peter.
Oh, pizza.
Peter.
Right then, mate. Pizza.
Yeah,
It's
it's Cockney.
It's your time, Peter.
Peter.
Pizza, right then.
Quick learner.
Rusnac.
Yeah. Nie, no, Rusnarczyk.
Rusnarczyk.
Rusnarczyk, yeah.
Peter Rusnarczyk.
Rusnarczyk.
Okay. You are a special individual. I want to tell you that. Your presentation as a
Wow.
group. But I have to tell you, you're a special individual because you also have something in common with me, is a love of fine art.
Fine art.
You have a fine art background from the Krakow Fine Art Academy.
Ah.
You see, Mr. Tucci, no?
That was be a long time ago, and I forget about this embarrassing moment, you know,
Yeah, what can we
with
do?
my model, very fat model.
And it all connects to
Just
Krakow.
kidding.
It all
Again.
connects to Krakow.
Krakow, Krakow,
Yeah.
Krakow.
How does that influence your work and your overall approach? What does this do to you?
This is a very hard questions for me, and probably I don't give you answer on this question because I'm lazy and I'm no maybe
Piotr is afraid
maybe
that
another question, yeah.
Another question? You
Yeah.
don't want to talk about fine art?
And another. Yeah, just kidding.
No, you don't want to talk about this
He's
at all?
afraid that it will be lost in translation. So
No, I don't want that to be the case. Don't
Yeah,
be
exactly.
afraid of this. You can say it to me. What is your natural language? What is the first language you speak?
Polish?
Polish. Say it in Polish for the people in Poland. Give the answer to me in Polish.
No,
Why not?
no.
Yeah.
Maybe I try in English. Okay.
Okay.
What's again? What's
You have a fine art background, right?
okay.
Painting or sculpture?
Sculpture.
Sculptura in italiano.
Sculptura.
Okay. And how does this background, being a sculptor, traditional sculptor, what influence does this have on you now? How does this help you?
I don't know. I think
It
that,
helps you to have played with the clay a bit?
Yeah,
Okay. Why?
because the clay is, soft.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, can all.
Yeah.
the clay is.
The clay is soft,
Be-
right?
because clay. Oh, sorry.
Come on, no, you can't run away from it. Listen, you would be the first. This is the first time in the hot seat. This is the first time in the hot. These are under the hot lights in Hollywood, the
Yeah,
shadow of the Hollywood
exactly.
sign. There's no escape. You're with me now, man.
Yeah.
That's what you sign up for. So-
Okay, seriously.
No, seriously.
I remember my first sculpt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Please.
was in high school, as
Okay.
I remember.
Switch with me. I sit beside him. Sit over here for 1 second.
And
Sit
the
closer.
moment-
Can you give me a question?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
no,
I will- I
yeah,
will-
you can do it. Like that.
And moment when I start
Be me, okay?
sculpting,
Yeah.
this was a moment very intimidating.
Intimidating, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Intimidating.
That's a
right?
beautiful word.
Okay.
Intimidate for me because I try sculpt portrait of my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
She was naked and
Yeah. Was your ex-girlfriend in the sculpture, and she was naked,
yeah,
and this was your
exactly.
first sculpture, is what
yeah,
you're trying
yeah,
to tell me
exactly.
here. Okay.
And I fucked up because this was I sculpt
Tell me, what
was
you do? What did you do? You sculpt
totally different.
a little bit larger, maybe?
It's beautiful
Yeah.
body of my
Bigger?
ex-girl.
Was bigger, maybe, or smaller?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, what happened?
Like I don't know how to describe this. Something like that, and so this was my first, and this is an influence for my work at this moment.
At this moment, this is still a fundamental part of the workflow. 'Cause
Yeah,
You're saying
yeah.
this is a watershed moment. Is this still your girlfriend or no?
No.
No. And after the sculpture, you.
Yeah, exactly.
So the sculpture.
Exactly.
The sculpture had an effect on the relationship, is what you're trying to tell me here. Here we go.
Exactly.
Okay,
And,
fair enough. I mean, hey, listen.
Yeah,
You can't win them all, pal.
Yeah. But this is important moment in my life. Because life. Sorry.
Your life, yeah. Now your wife. Here we go. Careful.
Life because I start study of photography.
Ah, okay. So push you to photographic study and reference.
Exactly. And at this moment, I often use this learn when I study photography to create some 3D, 3D portrait of woman.
So the memory of this has stayed with you, and now you use a lot of reference
Yeah.
to try to capture
Yeah.
a really good likeness of women. Because let me be frank, I'm going to hold this for 1 second. It's okay. Yeah. You basically, I'm fighting for my interview questions back. This is good. So you're because this is where I was going to go with you. Pizza.
Peter.
What is Nasik?
Is an art.
Sexy polygons.
Yeah, exactly.
Why?
Why? You should see of my work.
Of course, I've seen your work. That's
No,
I'm
and
asking.
it's sexy polygons is
Because Can I tell them why? The name Sexy Polygons? Sexy Polygons because you're a funny guy, but it's actually because there are nothing but beautiful women on your website.
really.
You probably are one of the most, I swear, it's amazing. He has some really nice looking women on his
Who
website.
needs more?
Yeah, he needs more is what you're saying. You have a lot of really good looking women on your website.
I know.
And in the presentation, you said that you had a whole collection of women.
Yeah,
What do you
but
got to say about that?
I don't know. I think the
I mean, I'm not going to say anything about that. I got to go home tonight. It's dangerous for me to say.
yeah, but
Tell me. Why have you chosen to focus so closely on the feminine form? Why is it such a draw for you?
because women are interesting and
I think that's a nice way, yeah.
but in the etherical way, woman has some kind of spiritual. It's hard to translate.
The giver of life.
Yeah,
Yeah, the giver, the bearer of life, the carrier of life,
exactly.
the birth canal of
And
cool.
women are important to me.
Yeah, of course.
And I think this is a question why I almost, yeah, exactly, sexy polygons.
Yeah, because it's very important to you. You know, I live with only women. It's incredible.
And I
always
try,
have.
if you figure out some name for my, my website,
Yeah.
and I think the
Poly-
combine sexy with polygons is
very
exactly, yeah, this is exactly match to my
Yeah. I understand.
thinking about, my art.
That's beautiful. Well, your models are absolutely par excellence. Some really great models. It's very difficult to do women,
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. It's very difficult to do women, right? I mean,
Exactly.
it's fair to say that.
Yeah.
It is very, very difficult. So to be able to have a mastery of doing women, to have a mastery of women is, the feminine form. It's a very incredible thing. So I give you a high five. I salute you. Okay? And then the other thing is you can be found on the ZBrush Central Forum as Not Dildo.
Yeah, exactly. Not dildo.
Can I bring it in close for this guy. We go from sexy polygons to not dildo. You never want for attention here. This is important. Hold on. So on the Pixelogic ZBrush Central Forum, you got away with the moderators. I don't understand. Matt, wherever he is, this is...
Yeah.
You're telling me that your name on the ZBrush Central Forum is not dildo. What prompted the use of not dildo? Why? How come? It's kind of interesting, right?
I don't know.
Just fun, right?
Maybe it was
maybe
one.
yes.
Maybe it was taken.
Maybe it was not taken, yeah. There was lots of names that were taken. There were so many users. I mean, we had like 500,000 viewers, 500,000 users.
Everyone wants. this
Everybody
nickname.
wants to be not dildo.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a dildo, right? You say, I'm not a dildo. It's actually a saying here in America. You say, don't call me a dildo. Right? Anyway, let's move on here.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Tucci. So you came to us from Italy, yeah?
No, this is fantastic. I actually am originally from Toronto in Canada. I went to University of Toronto. I moved to Los Angeles about 9 years ago. I was very fortunate to be on the grounds of the Noma School of Visual Effects here. And, Pixelogic's office is here as well. I got to meet a gentleman. Hardly anyone knows this. I was smoking a cigarette on the campus here. I don't smoke anymore. And I met a gentleman by the name of Ernest Lee. Ernest, if you're out there, hey, man. And I'd like to thank him, actually, because he introduced me to Jaime and to Paul. And And basically my career trajectory was because he was speaking to me outside. So I'm very grateful to him always. I told him last night, I said, thanks so much for starting this ball rolling. I was very lucky to be smoking. Can you imagine if I had quit smoking? Would be a terrible travesty, you know? Can I have a cigarette just for, no, I'm kidding, I don't smoke anymore. I quit.
This never mind. I have.
I came here because another friend had showed me ZBrush, and you know, I imagined I would eventually. I don't think we can smoke in here. No, it's not a European show.
Really?
No, no, I wouldn't even touch it. Yeah, I appreciate it. This place is about to get. We're gonna get. This is hilarious. I mean, I've never had an interview go like this before. So no, in all seriousness, I discovered ZBrush in the basement of a friend's house in Toronto. Then I came here to study. I studied. I was a student at the Noman School of Visual Effects, and very fortunate to be teaching here now, and to have worked for Pixelogic for so many years. And you know, basically that's how it is. I want to turn it back around here on you guys. This has never happened before. Let's switch it. Let's switch it back here.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is. Who knows what kind of questions?
Exercises.
You're good.
Yeah,
You're very
exercise.
good. Who knows what kind of questions you were going to ask me? You can hold on to the shaft though. Hang on to the shaft. Development for your studio centers around the proprietary Roadhog technology supporting advanced physics and high fidelity graphics. How does that affect the workflow, comparatively speaking, to other jobs you've had?
To be honest, the main reason why I was working at, and still do at Flying White Hog is because I started working there from the beginning, and it was very tempting to work on the situation when you have no engine and this engine will be created. So it's
from the beginning, right?
Yeah,
from
the
scratch,
beginning.
the engine from scratch,
exactly.
from the inside.
Yeah, exactly. So
very important.
At the 2009, it was very interesting to me to be the part of the team.
Came here.
Yeah. Oh, the same reason.
Yeah, same as you're starting.
Yeah.
We start at the same time.
Cool.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is why you've been so long involved, is because you were there at the beginning of it.
Yeah, exactly, and it was like 10 people company at the beginning, and we worked for 3 or 4 years on the first project. So our technology is not so much user-friendly as other companies, like Unreal, for example, but it suits our needs. So it's getting better and better and better because we are trying to be better and better and better. We improved. So yeah. So if I must compare, so Roadhog is fast. It's looking good.
Yeah.
The tools are not so great, but it will be. So
it will be. Yeah, it's positive. PST, positive self-talk. We must speak positively about ourselves.
Positive.
yeah.
We're en route.
Yeah.
We're on the way to being great.
Yeah. So yeah. So.
Yeah, I like this. Better there. I like this. This is good. Another question I have is that Shadow Warrior 2 has been misperceived by some, or misunderstood, as having a crass level of humor.
Yeah.
A very strange level of humor, as we've seen.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots and lots of, get the nod here, phallic symbols throughout the game. And we just saw in the trailer, it was, give me some wang! And I thought that was hilarious.
So I can, to answer
speak to that. Why so much wang?
He's so happy.
You can't believe how happy I was.
So basically, the our publisher is Devolver Digital.
Right.
They are famous for indie games,
Of
and
course.
they are though their games are not so political correct or
And mainstream, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So a funny situation was because we knew that the original Shadow Warrior was the main hero was a extreme character, and to be honest, in 1997 it was okay for a games, but now to put such a character in the game, it will be the press would destroy us for having such a character who is racist, who is sexist, who is vulgar, extremely vulgar, etc. So we have a problem how to approach that. So we realized that we must make a younger version of him. So not so extreme version, but even though it is a funny story because we figure out what's because we are not from US, we just I didn't realize what wang means, and it was like we write a mail to guys from Devolver, and we were. But this guy,
wait, you wrote an email. Hang on, I want to get this on the record. You wrote an email and you asked what wang means?
No, Well, I just want to double check.
Wanna double check what about this Wang?
Because we are making the younger
Yeah.
version, so maybe we were thinking that maybe we'll switch his name to something else, and we were like, but guys, we just want to. Do you know that he's called Loang? Do you know what that means? Because for us it means small dick. And they were like, no, it's all right, but because it's mean big dick. So, yes,
Okay,
that was,
Lo Wang.
Yeah.
You know, I actually think it's like, you know, it's hilarious to have a Shaft-like character. Shaft, who's a samurai type fighter. It's hilarious.
yeah, it's a nice mixture.
It's a really good mutation of character. I want to say that there are multiple. Now I'm being serious about this because this is not a joke. The game is not a joke. The game is actually a great game.
Thank you.
Multiple. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who worked on it, the entire team around the world. From everyone who's going to, everyone who's involved with it. Thank you so much from everyone who's going to play it. Right, basically. Multiple zones, great visual variety. Period. That's like not that. No one's questioning that. That's nuts. The movement in the game is epic.
Yeah.
The fluidity of the movement and the characters and everything is so smooth, and it's really seamless, and it's actually a really great feeling. How would you describe the development of the gameplay over time, since you were there since the beginning?
Yeah, so
the engine.
our references was obvious. It was a Quake. It was
Yeah,
a
no, I
Painkiller.
know, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Definitely
so
not a tip of the hat, right? To the quick.
yeah, so basically it comes to a player speed. We just put that on the test all the time, and we still do. And perspective of the camera, and speed of an enemies. Those three factors was like
Okay,
main
say it
factor.
again. Speed of enemies,
Yep, speed of the player and
speed of the player,
and camera perspective.
and camera perspectives. Camera perspectives, speed of the player, speed of the enemies.
Yeah, and
Success.
it's like
Success.
basic elements, and we just tweak that. And really, in each new project we are also going back to that.
Absolutely.
And just try to tweak that. And in the company there is a person that are thinking that the game is too fast, the camera perspective is too wide or too short. So this conversation is in our studio is happening all the time.
All the time, back
Yep.
and forth, I bet, yeah. And you know, a game that comes to mind, I'm not going to name the title, but there's one game that's very famous, very famous across platforms. And its gameplay was always, the premise was always great, but I always felt like the movement, this has nothing to do with your game, this is a game that a very famous game, and it's kind of chunky.
Okay.
And I feel like there's no feeling at all like that in your game at all. The game is like leaps and bounds ahead of that, and there's no clunkiness. You know what I mean by clunky, right? It's never
Yep.
clunky. It's never clunky. It's always smooth. You know what I'm saying?
No-
Clunky.
No, what does it mean, clunky?
It's, że taka jest krzaczasta, to znaczy jest nierówna. Że
Say it
jest
again louder.
szarpana.
Can I hear it?
Szarpana.
Sharpana, no
Yes.
Sharpana. Yeah, there's no Sharpana, man. Listen, for the people at home in the audience, the game is never Sharpana. Okay, it's never Sharpana. It's sharp, but it's not Sharpana. Let's not confuse this, okay? It's a sharp game. Let's get it on here. I want it on the record. Louie Tucci said that the game, listen here, okay? Shadow Warrior 2 is sharp, not Sharpana.
And we will put that in another trailer.
Right? Like, it's sharp, not Sharpana. I like that.
Do you know who Stan Bush is?
Stan?
Stan Bush. Stan Bush. The
Stan Bush?
Yeah, you don't know this
No,
guy?
who's Stan Bush?
Please cut this question.
We have
the
to cut
main
the question.
is a really huge star in US. But you are from
Okay.
Italy, so
I'm from Canada. I'm from Toronto. Yeah, my grandparents are from there.
yeah.
I'm like a fake Italian.
yeah.
Okay, so here, one more thing.
Yep.
There are also over 70 weapons. We saw lots of weapons demos here this week.
Yeah.
The weapon is becoming, I was saying this in one other interview, remember, you might have heard me say this. Weapons are becoming extreme characters. They're becoming very important aspects of the game. Before it was kind of like, oh yeah, it's a cool gun, it's a cool weapon. Now the weapons are like becoming personalities, you know.
Yep.
This is very important. It's a great game because of that as well. Right up there with the best of them. You know, it actually reminds me. Did you ever play the game Loaded
Loaded.
or Reloaded? There's this.
It's on
many
Wii
years
U
ago.
now.
Yeah, many years ago.
Many years ago.
Yeah.
Like
It was really-
I don't remember this game
PlayStation 1.
at all.
It was a PlayStation title. PlayStation 1. I was reminded of Loaded and Reloaded when taking a look and playing and going through the game. I was thinking that. I thought, oh, this reminds me of the grotesque nature and like just all the blood everywhere. You recall what I'm saying, right? Yes, maybe.
I think it was a one of our inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, it was maybe a
So,
reference because the way that the blood went, you showed the demo today and you see, oh, they're getting loud in there. You know what that means? It's time for the awards. When you showed the exploding guts and everything from the, oh gosh, his name just slipped my mind. The Blob.
Blob.
And you're shooting Blob and then he goes into the secondary phase of being broken up and destroyed. And you're like, there's a rib cage coming at you. Then you're sawing him down. You know. I was laughing in the front row. I'm sure you saw me. I was having a field day. This reminded me of Loaded and Reloaded. I thought, this is crazy. I remember just mowing down and there's blood everywhere. So yes, I may sound like a crazy person, but I think it was fun until the cows come home. Based on the amount of noise, what I'm going to say is that they are giving me the sign to wrap this up. I want to thank everyone at Flying Wild Hog, the entire team for making such an incredible game. Shadow Warrior 2 promises to be another successful outing. It's the sequel, obviously, right? So it's the second part of a two-part thing. They're going to continue to do great things out of Warsaw. I want to thank my guests, Peter Rusnavsky.
awesome.
Yeah, and Pavel Libzwejski.
Paweł? Oh, no, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking about something there.
Libiszewski.
Yeah.
And also, I want to thank Pavel Yaruda for sitting with me today and making this one of the more memorable. They're all memorable, but this is definitely going to go down as one. Thank you so much for bringing the long arm and the long stick to the show. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For awesome job.
Guys, we are going to go to the main stage in a couple moments here tonight. We're going to be we're going to be announcing the winners of the Sculpt Off. It's a big deal. You were involved in this, so you're probably a little nervous.
Do you know who won?
Shaking.
I have no idea who won. All I want to say is I want to thank everybody behind the scenes who made this possible. I want to thank the sponsors. I want to thank all the fans around the world who are home tapping on the keyboards. I want to thank my fellow Pixelogic family members. I want to thank the Noman School of Visual Effects for making the ZBrush Summit possible here as well. I want to thank the entire world for tuning in and watching, and all the fans, especially back home in Toronto. I'm Louie Tucci on behalf of Pixelogic inside the ZBrush Summit 2017. That's the last one, the wrap for the day. We're going to be with everybody in a couple moments inside the green screen hangar. Back over to you, Paul, and the live audience. Take it away.